So not too long ago, I got pretty close with my plug to the point where I just kind of would chill at his place, smoke, and play some games with him. If you've ever been over to one of your plug's places, you know they always have the best cribs. This guy had those big old couches in his basement, the ones that kind of go all around the room in a C type shape. He had bean bags. There was even a little aquarium so you could watch fish swim around while you're off that Zaza. It's always just the prime place to be. I live in a fairly smaller town too, so this guy wasn't just my plug, but the plug. This guy would just leave the door open and let people come into his home, pick up whatever they were getting, and go on their way. So people were constantly in and out of the place throughout the night, and I got to see a lot of interesting people and interactions in this time. The thing that set this guy apart from any of the other plugs that I've ever known is the way that he makes his transactions. He's got his Cash App and his Venmo set up, of course, and he takes cash, but that was only when there was money involved. Sometimes the things this guy would take weren't even money. This guy would be trading the most random things for his weed as long as it interested him enough. Hey bro, I got this tire here. I've dismantled it from like a neighboring resident's vehicle if you're interested in that. Oh yeah, bro, that'll be an ounce. If someone comes in with a Slinky and he wants it, he'll trade it for weed. Somebody comes in with a Happy Meal from McDonald's, if he's hungry enough, he'll trade it for weed. One time, some guy came in with a fish in a bag, like those little carnival fishes that you win. He thought that the plug would want it to add to his aquarium that he had, but he just turned the guy down, which I think is pretty reasonable. This guy would collect such an amalgamation of the most random items as long as he wanted them. One of the most legendary moments was when this guy traded his PS5 and a controller with a copy of Demon Souls for a half pound of weed. We stayed up all night playing with this thing. It was a blast. We had a few friends that would stream on Twitch too, so we pulled them up on the PS5, and the plug would just type things in the chat like, if you ace this round, we'll give you free weed. He would act like he was Mr. Beast giving out money, but it was gas, bro. He was giving out weed. One of the strangest things that he traded for weed was probably a 12-piece chicken McNugget from McDonald's for a gram of weed. These guys just pulled up to buy some weed from him, and he saw they had McDonald's in their car, and I guess he was just that hungry, so he decided to make the trade. But that's not the only time that he would trade food for weed. Matter of fact, food was probably one of the most common things that he would take from people. He would even text previous customers if they would bring him food for weed, and they always would. This guy had the whole town at his fingertips. This was his own personal DoorDash service. I'm pretty sure there were even a good amount of days where he was just straight up not profiting because of the amount of food he would have people bring him would not be proportional to the cost of the weed. He was addicted to that late night Taco Bell cheesy gordita crunch, so much so that it was putting him out of business. There was even times where what he would be trading weed for were not even material objects. Hey bro, if you can do a backflip, I'll give you some weed. All right, good job. Now do another one. All right, good job. There you go. I was tight enough with this guy that he would even let me get in on this. And I won't lie, I'm a pretty strong young boy. I would be testing my physical capabilities with these customers. I'd be arm wrestling everyone in town on a 15-game win streak. I'd be doing push-up competitions with these random customers, racing guys up and down the streets. I was letting no one get their weed. I was the gatekeeper. No one got past me. I would be in the gym training just so these people wouldn't beat me for the weed. Except for this one dude. His name was legitimately Magnus, and he was just outmatching me in every physical way possible. He was claiming all the weed for himself. That dude was a legend. Being friends with the plug is just an all-around good experience. You get good deals on their stuff, and most of the time they're pretty cool people. There are some weird experiences like that fish guy, but I imagine that's just exclusive to my situation. Real quick before this video ends, I want you guys to understand how grateful I am for all the support that I've been getting on these videos. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. Thank you. Subscribe.